the ox Friar. When you sow love, joy will grow. This is a story about the love between a great prince and a beautiful princess. Siegfried was a valiant warrior. He was a living legend. Bards sang songs about him throughout the lands. He was one of the finest warriors that the world had seen. He was blessed with many gifts and a number of talents, which made him one of the best warriors of his time. King Sigmund, his father, was then the ruler of Xanten, a small but extremely powerful kingdom. Sigmund's wife was Queen Siglind. Siegfried is still date one of the only dragon slayers this world has seen. He expanded the boundaries of Xanten and ruled with fairness and justice. He spent the majority of his time on wonderful adventures, and it was on one of these adventures that he was introduced to Princess Kriemhild. Siegfried was the pride of the royal house of Xanten, and so it happened that his lady love was of another royal house on the Rhine. Kriemhild was a very attractive maiden, whose name was known in many distant lands. Her beauty made so many kings, young and old, plan to win her over. Her father was King Dankrat. King Dankrat had a beautiful wife named Queen Uot, who was also a very skilled dream interpreter, who once interpreted and prophesied that Kriemhild would be married to a great hero. Ever since that, Kriemhild started denying every suitor in the hope of an even better one. It was said that none could woo Kriemhild. Kriemhild had 3 brothers, Gunther, Junot, and Gisela. Out of the 3, the eldest and most powerful was Gunther. So King Dankrat had made King Gunther king of the Rhineland. Kriemhild's family had a very loyal vassal named Hagen of Tonic. King Dankrat and his wife ruled over the southern realms, while Kriemhild and her brothers grew up and held their court in Burgundy. When Siegfried heard about the magnificent beauty of the princess of Burgundy, he was ready to travel to Burgundy and win her hand in marriage. This was against the wishes of his father and many of his followers. Hardly did they know that it was Siegfried who was mentioned in the prophecy. This is just the beginning of the epic saga of the lives of Siegfried and Kriemhild. And how might I know this? Well, I am Gunther, son of Siegfried and Kriemhild, and I will tell you how my parents, Siegfried and Kriemhild, got married to each other. Here is the song of the Nibelungs, a story of love, death, adventure, and revenge.
Son, this year you turn of age, and it's time for me to crown you king of Xanten and Nibelungs. But before you undertake the hardships that comes with affairs of the state, you need a wife, and our people a queen. Choose any fair lady from the borders of the Netherlands to the Rhine Delta. None can refuse the throne of Xanten.
Father, I have heard at great length about the Belle of Burgundy, Princess Kriemhild, and she is who I have chosen.
Siegfried, I will have none of this. Kriemhild is known for denying every man who courts her. This cannot be.
No, Father, please wait. Listen to me. I want fair Kriemhild's hand in marriage. If not, I will not marry at all.
If I cannot change your mind, the least I can do is to help you to the fullest of my capabilities. But beware, son. Gunther has many mighty warriors, and they will not take it kindly for you to go after the king's sister, especially Hagen. I will call our allies and assemble an army worthy for you to lead.
O great Sigmund, none can win a maiden by force. If I do win fair Kriemhild's hand in marriage, I will do so with my own efforts. Only my best warriors will ride with me.
Hearing about the famed Belle of Burgundy, off went Siegfried, my father, on an epic journey to court Princess Kriemhild, my mother. He took his best warriors, donned the finest armors, wielded the greatest swords. In their hands, they bore sharp spears. They rode the greatest horses of Europe. They rode for 7 days and 7 nights without a wink of sleep. And yet their journey had not ended.
We have traveled across leagues, and yet we haven't come across the slightest clue about reaching Burgundy. Are we still on track?
My prince, the men are exhausted. It's been a tiresome journey. I miss a roof over my head and a rug under my feet. It's time we turn back.
Turn back? We are the pride of Xanten. We will never turn back.
Also, my lord, we must have lost our way. This cannot be, master. We must not rest until we reach Burgundy. We must be nearby. See, there are the townspeople.
Foreigners in the land! Foreigners in the land!
Who goes there? Stop in the name of King Gunther and the kingdom of Burgundy.
God, it was my intention to meet the king himself. Does anyone know where I can find him?
I last heard that he was in session at the court.
Let the horses stand where they are. I intend to meet the king immediately.
Hold it, right? Why put the horse? You must have been a long journey, and they've served you well. Let them rest at night.
And rest they shall. Guide the horses to this kind man's stable.
Meanwhile, a townsman informed the king about the knights who wanted to meet him.
My lord, there are foreigners in the land. The people are furious.
Which knights do you talk of? Summoning at once. Are we in danger? Should we prepare for war? Those knights are not dressed like passing strangers.
Your Majesty, as soon as the Nibelungs was mentioned, I took notice. The noble knight who leads them is a great warrior, Siegfried. His fame precedes him. When he annexed the land of Nibelung, he procured the sword Balmung, which is said to be the most magnificent sword ever made. The most famous brute of his invasions needed 100 double wagons to carry all of it.
This is no ordinary knight, Your Majesty. He's said to be the last of the dragon slayers.
No one knows how many powers this great warrior possesses. Legend has it that he's one of the only dragon slayers this world has seen. And after he had killed the dragon, he bathed in its blood, giving him skin that no weapon known to man could pierce, and making him virtually invincible in combat. He also has in his possession the cloak of Alberic. This he took from Alberic after beating the legend himself in a duel. Alberic still had the ring of power. Siegfried then made Alberic take an oath which stated that he would be forever loyal to Siegfried and made him the keeper of the Xanten treasure. Be wary of this warrior, my king. You don't know.
O great and noble King Gunther, I am Siegfried of House Walsung, son of Sigmund, grandson of Wotan, the king of gods.
It is true that the great Siegfried has graced us with his presence. Prince of Xanten, what, may I ask, is the purpose of your visit?
We come in peace and ask for your trust and your friendship. We have traveled a long distance and I am very weary. Might I reason with you in the morning?
Nobody is innocent. Everyone has a purpose. But I am curious. Why have the royals of Xanten sent their soldier Siegfried to my kingdom? With the measly warriors, great forces are at work here.
Milord, Xanten has a history of invasion and murder. We don't find out and let him know he's not going from here.
O noble lords, I will present myself appropriately tomorrow. A precious night's sleep will do my knights and me a great.
Sire, sire, the Saxons are here! A knight, a knight!
Doctor! Watch out! Adler, guard the main entrance of the throne room. Gaul, stay here, protect the noblemen. Simon, go and help the guards in the town. Skogul, rush to the gates and prevent any more invaders from entering. This is our chance. Don't let me down. Don't let Xanten down.
Noble Siegfried, can we fight side by side?
We do not have much time. Let us forge to the talking.
Regin, send word to the allies. We need reinforcements immediately.
Yes, my king.
Warriors of Saxon and the army of the Burgundians proved enough to fight off the invaders. The battle lasted an entire night. There were significant casualties among the Burgundians, but that was nothing compared to the brutal murder of the Saxonians on the battlefield. Siegfried and Gunther took the lives of the Saxonian princes during the battle. The Saxons didn't last long after that. This battle proved to the kingdom of Burgundy that the warriors from Xanten came in peace. This battle was a defining moment in history, for it forged an unbreakable alliance between Burgundy and Xanten, and more importantly, between Gunther and Siegfried.
Mission begun. Is the mission half finished? I'm not far from winning Fred Emmett's hand in marriage.
The greatest power in the world is the pen and not the sword. Word spread about a Valkyrie of unrivaled beauty and strength. And so it happened that King Gunther had set his mind on marrying this Valkyrie, Brunhild. But is it ever so simple? There were conditions. A man had to prove his mettle before he could tie the knot with her. So far, no one could do so.
Siegfried, my brother, I desire Brunhild, Queen of my peace, as my wife. I believe I will challenge her. I know that I can beat her.
Do not do so. This queen is no ordinary mortal. She beheads every man who loses to her in the challenges. Do not make this journey, brother. No man has survived her trials. Ever.
There never was or ever will be a woman so strong, whom I will not defeat with a single hand.
Peace, brother. You do not know the Queen of Valkyries. 4 men are no match to her strength, her agility, or even her endurance.
I know Prince of Bavaria, very well known for his bravery against the best of best. He could conquer cities single-handedly, wield 2 swords at once, and was an elephant tamer. But he was just in what turned to a flame, burned at its very touch.
No, now, I cannot how stout she is. I will journey, but even as I have said to Brunhild, to take my chance. For her great beauty, I must adventure this. What if God calls to me and she follows me to the Rhine?
An archer always uses his best arrows. So, my king, I would counsel you to ask Siegfried to accompany you on this crusade. Siegfried has still not shown all of his skill, and it will be quite a revelation when he does show all that he can do. Also, my king will be safe.
Will you help me, most noble Siegfried, to woo the Queen of the Valkyries? Grant me this, and if I win the maiden, I will pledge honor and life for her sake.
All that I ask of you is your sister's hand in marriage. It would be my honor to have Brunhild as my wife.
Siegfried, I swear by my sword that if Brunhild becomes Queen of Burgundy, then Brunhild will sit by you as a queen in Xanten.
Siegfried carried with him his invisibility cloak, the tourniquet, to Iceland, which he had taken from Albrecht the dwarf. Whosoever has it on his body cannot be harmed by any blows or spear thrusts, so long as he wears it. The person wearing the cloak also becomes as strong as 12 warriors. This cloak is an invaluable possession, and proves to be invaluable to Gunther too.
Noble Siegfried, have you ever, in all your travels, heard about the magnificent progress of the Valkyries?
I have heard about their kind. They never had the opportunity to meet one of them in person. Come to think of it, I really enjoy facing one of these noble Valkyries in combat.
Easy, brother. These are not your average warriors. They are said to be the finest specimen of a race. It is said that each one of them is equal to 2 strong healthy men, and the queen is said to be equal to 4 strong healthy men in agility and strength.
This shall be an adventure of a lifetime. But before we reach,
Siegfried and Gunther plotted and had decided on a plan of action. Siegfried and his invaluable gifts will be with him at all times, while he himself will be under the disguise of a vassal of Gunther, so that nobody realizes what is actually happening.
Valkyries of Iceland, here we come. I think I see the castle.
Yes, there it is, there it is.
Meanwhile, Brunhild had also seen the knights approaching. She asked her servants to identify the warriors who were on their way to the castle. Her servants informed her that the warriors bore semblance to the great Siegfried, while another an important king, and the rest of them were astounding warriors.
Welcome, King of Agani, Gunther. And who might this be? Siegfried, the dragon slayer himself?
you heap too much praise on me, Queen of Valkyries. He is my lord. He is the ruler of Rhineland. He is the great King Gunther. I am merely a vassal.
A good one at that. Fair queen, I am Gunther of House Gibichunks, King of Burgundy, and return I will with the queen.
Return you will with the queen. If not, you will not return at all. I believe you know the conditions.
I know them and I accept them. If I am overpowered and beaten by you, then all my men along with me will be beheaded. If not, you will return to Burgundy as my queen.
What are the challenges, O King?
The first task is to throw this spear to strike a deadly blow on the other. After that, he must hurl a stone further than I can, and then he must leap farther than the stone. If these tasks are completed, then, King Gunther, I am your queen.
Why delay, my lord? You do not need preparation for these trials. I say we proceed immediately.
Haste not, King. For once you begin on this path, there is no turning back. You listen to your head or to your heart.
Both are reasoning with the devil inside me. Take me to the arena and we shall begin.
Follow me.
Brunhild guides all the warriors to the arena. Meanwhile, Siegfried, the cunning man, went, when none spied him, to the ship, where he found the turnkey, and he did it on swiftly, so that no one knew. Then he hasted back to the crowd of knights, where the queen gave order for the trials. Siegfried then, with his magic, stole in among them, so that no one was aware of him.
Let these people be the witness and the umpire. Any wrongdoing should be reported immediately. Is that understood?
Yes, my queen! First was the task of throwing the spear. Brunhild summoned her servants with the spear. It took 4 of her servants to carry it for her. Brunhild picked it up like it was a feather. She then threw this hefty spear across at Gunther. It would have been a fatal blow. Fortunately, Siegfried protected Gunther.
This is undoing. The greatest warriors in the land are going to be beheaded mercilessly.
O noble Siegfried, my lord, please help me, Gunther. If not, my soldiers won't be able to feel the weight on my head anymore.
Then, when it was Gunther's turn to throw, Siegfried guided Gunther's hand, and then they launched the spear at Brunhild with the most of strong men. Brunhild could not stand the blow. She dropped her shield.